Hey everyone, welcome back to Fate Stay Night Remastered with the Dragon Jays. We are in the middle of our training. Well, actually, we're about to take a break from training. Shiro is specifically. I keep on referring to Shiro as I or we. I mean, I guess we are seeing everything through his point of view, so I guess it's fair to say I or we. Feels weird at the same time too, but um, I guess like when you're reading like a first person or like first person point of view, golly, book, then you probably associate yourself with the main character, since those two things kind of start to blur. Anyway, let's get on with this little break that we're about to take from our sword training. I slump against the wall and slowly slide down to the floor. I exhale. Air should be what I feel coming from my lungs, but instead there's only heat. Heat is... You can feel heat on air. Ouch! While my body is throbbing with pain, I glance towards the clock on the wall. It's a little past 11 o'clock. We started around 9, so we've been sparring for about 2 hours. During the first hour, I was just getting beaten up. Saber struck suddenly, then I blacked out. I woke up thinking I'd be more careful, and then just got knocked right back out. So we were last episode. There was, obviously him getting blacked out, or back out, knocked out, whatever. Him blacking out. I had assumed he blacked out, but then it immediately went to more dialogue. So I didn't think that it actually happened. So good to see he got blacked out, or not good, but my assumption was correct. After getting beaten up repeatedly, my body seemed to get used to it. Or maybe my anger just triggered some latent power, but eventually I did manage to block the first blow. The problem came after that. Here's a thought. Would humans dare to, or even be able to fight back against an opponent who is so much stronger and more skilled? You Oni? The answer was no, because I blacked out the instant I flinched. After that, it was just a repeated show of cat cornering a rat. No matter how I tried to block the attack, I was just going to fall, mortally wounded, then I had no choice but to attack in desperation. Of course, she deflected my attacks easily and knocked me out. But as I got used to it, I started getting enough time and awareness to intuit that the next attack would kill me, so I had just enough time to think to myself, oh crap, that's an improvement. That's an improvement, I guess. I guess in a general sense, I was getting into the swing of things. Yeah, I really can detect when those hits are about to come kill me. Great spider sense. So after that, I went on the defensive. My intuition kept screaming that the next attack would knock me out, so I tried to avoid it, like any living thing would. I managed to parry Saber's Shinai attacks as they rained down upon me, and while I waited for an opening to counterattack, she struck a fatal blow. I managed to stand up and think that next time I'd last longer than think maybe I should just go on the offensive before she can strike, since I couldn't hold out anyway. And that went on for 2 hours. That sounds awful. That sounds like my version of hell. I hate, well, like, I like training, like lifting weights and stuff, but when it comes to sports, I get really embarrassed usually pretty quickly by it. So with stuff like this, where it physically involves being around other people and you just physically failing over and over again, it's like a nightmare for me. I'm not sure this is going to make me stronger, but I do think it's helping me get used to fighting. Practice, so I'm neither confused nor too calm in the face of the enemy. Yeah, you're getting something out of it at the least. All I'm doing is teaching myself that I'm a single mistake away from death. Yeah, but if you asked me if I thought this was meaningless, I'd say no. With no effective weapon to use, the feeling of constantly being on edge is the most important thing to have. A job well done. Are you hurt anywhere, Shiro? I literally have bruises from head to toe. The next thing I know, Saber is right next to me. I'm so exhausted, I'm dripping sweat all over the floor. Saber isn't even breathing hard. It'd be hard to find anywhere that doesn't hurt at this point. Except for my lips, where you could maybe touch them with your own lips, and that would be really comforting. You really didn't hold back, Saber. It actually felt extraordinary having you just come at me without even having a chance at defending myself. I have to admit, I'm saying that entirely because I'm a sore loser. Yes, I did try to bring myself down to your level, but I also tried to show you no mercy. No real battle will ever involve making things easy for you. Yeah, thanks to this training, I think I can calmly deal with the Doberman? Oh, running at me with its leash off. Wow, a whole dog. Congrats. Then again, I wouldn't be good enough yet if it's just the Doberman, so I'll still need more training. I'm in a moment of honest reflection. I've always thought I trained myself more than the average person, but now I'm ashamed for throwing in the towel after just 2 hours of sparring with Saber. I mean, to be fair, you were doing like physical labor, not combat. Very different. That is not true. Your attacks were all quite powerful. I was so enthused by your efforts that I forgot to strike back at times. Oh? I'm suddenly embarrassed again. For a while, we'd just been two people sparring with our shinai, with no thought given to being a man and a woman, but now she's caught me off guard. Hold on. I'm going to go drink some water. Wait, what did she say that you're so embarrassed about? I'm not sure. Not true, attacks were all quite powerful. Okay. So, okay, just a compliment. And then that threw you off your guard. You're like, oh wow, she's a woman. No, get away. Water? I will fetch you some. Please stay here and rest. Let me be a good servant. Basically. Saber goes to get some water. Whew. That was a close one. Huh. Close. What was so close? You admitting feelings? Question mark. I drink the water Saber brings me. It must still be break time. The Saber's sitting formally in a kneeling position. Saber is so beautiful when she does that kind of thing. I'm not saying that as a man finding a woman attractive. What do you mean you're not? How? Okay, whatever. But because I find her beautiful as a human being. What's the difference? You find her attractive. It's still strange to think that she is Saber, a servant, and someone dedicated to fighting. Louis is playing Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered. ... Right now, there's only me and Saber. Him and my other friend Peyton have been playing the heck out of that game. This might be a good opportunity for me to strike up a conversation, so I'll ask. Ooh, decision. It's been so... When's the last time we got a decision? I'm just curious. Oh, since like last night, which then sent us down this whole chain of events. Now we're here. I like making decision. Right now, there's only me and Saber. This might be a good opportunity to strike up conversation, so I'll ask. The reason to fight. I want to know why she seeks the Holy Grail. I want to know more about Saber before she became a servant. She already said she wouldn't say anything regarding this, so I don't think that would be productive. I need a trump card. It'd be nice to have some sort of secret blade technique or something. I feel like you can barely do the basics, so why bother with this? I want to know why she seeks the Holy Grail. I feel like is the best conversation we can have. Why does she want to fight so much? I might be able to understand her convictions a little more if I find out why she wants the Holy Grail. But can I really ask her that? Yes, you really can. It's better than your other options. Saber, can I ask you something? Yes. What is it, Shiro? Well, there's something I forgot to ask. You're lending me your power because you want the Holy Grail, right? So, what is your wish for the Holy Grail? Why I seek the Holy Grail? Will you be satisfied if I simply tell you that I want it? The Holy Grail is an omnipotent vessel. There is no wish that cannot be granted once you obtain it. One should hardly need a reason for seeking such a thing. So you just like the idea that it could do something for you. You don't necessarily have an idea in mind. No, that's not what I'm asking. Saber, you're dodging the question. Oh, I thought that was her legitimate response. Hero, that's... I'm not asking why you're seeking it. I want to know the wish you want granted. But if you don't want to tell me, you don't have to. Wishes aren't always something to be shared. ... Saber closes her mouth, embarrassed. I'm not surprised. Saber didn't form a contract with me to help me. Masters are the only ones who can obtain the Holy Grail, so she is only here to assist with that. And that's why she's hesitant to tell me her wish. But most of all, I don't want to hear her tell me about her selfish wish. Since Shiro doesn't his wish is to figure out what it means to be a hero of justice. I feel like that will just happen naturally through the course of doing the war. I wonder, I'm assuming we will win because, we're the protagonists. But if we win, I wonder if he will just give it to Saber, or if that will even be an option for us. So I shouldn't have asked. Besides, it's disrespectful for someone without a clear wish to ask about someone else's wish. No, maybe it can clarify your own, if she has a pretty clear idea. Shiro, are you commanding me as my master? That catches me off guard. Saber turns to look at me, her gaze as serious as her tone. No, I'm not. I didn't mean it that way. I was just curious. Sorry for asking such a dumb question. No, as a servant, I do not need to disclose my desires to my master. Shiro, I seek the Holy Grail to fulfill a certain obligation. I desire the Holy Grail's power to fulfill the responsibility I failed to see through to the end in my lifetime. How would you, because assuming you lived quite a long time ago like everybody else, how would you be fulfilling something that's already passed? You can't change the past, I don't think. Maybe the Holy Grail can change the past. She looks straight at me. I see no deceit in her eyes. Fulfill an obligation? And when you say lifetime, do you mean before you became a servant? Yes, definitely. Yes. In all honesty, I'm uncertain of my own intentions. Well, so am I, so here we are. Perhaps I only desire to do things over. Oh, are you ashamed of your life? Saber looks down quietly. For a moment. She looks like a lost child seeking repentance. Okay. I'm actually relieved. I was worried you're gonna say something Tosaka would say, like, world domination! That's not Tosaka's wish. But okay. Rin would be angry if she heard that, but she is not the type to say such a thing. She must use the Holy Grail for herself, but her wish would certainly not bring chaos upon the world. Shiro, for real, do you really think that Rin wants chaos for the world? After, seeing her multiple times be very considerate to the people around her and their well-being? You think so? I still think she probably shouldn't be the one to get the Holy Grail. I nod to myself, then who should? All the while, Saber watches me, her expression gentle. This conversation ends here. I should never have brought this up. No, it was a good conversation. The mood between the two of us eases thanks to the mention of Tosaka, and I decided it'd be best not to pry. It was never really all that tense, dude. You're just awkward. But the ache in my heart still remains. I feel so much moe towards you. Even though I was relieved to know Saber's wish was not a materialistic one, I felt there was still something amiss with it. Probably just some kind of regret that she has going on from her previous life. Anyway, that was so boring. Knowing character motives and stuff. Psh, get that writing trash out of here. Now that we've talked a bit, my body's cooled down, so we should get back to training. Saber, let's go again. I've had a chance to rest. Are you sure? You do seem to have cooled down, but you also appear to be in pain. It's fine, just bruises, so I can deal with it. Besides, I'm healing automatically now anyway. That is true, he does kind of have the nice little benefit from But if it gets worse, this training will be pointless. I believe we should wait longer and see. It's fine. How did he say that? Itara, itara. The Japanese. I want to do more before Tosaka comes home. I wouldn't want her seeing me in this state. I understand. It would not do to have Rin, who will eventually become our enemy, learn about your abilities. Yeah, she'll know how much I suck. So terrible. Reckless though it may be, she already knows I suck. Reckless though it may be, I suppose we should pick up the pace a bit. Oh, reckless though it may be, I suppose we should pick up the pace a bit. Not that it mattered. I feel the need to repeat the line. Sometimes I don't. Saber picks up her shinai from the floor. But then, a really out-of-place sound echoes through the dojo. Saber? I think her stomach is growling. It seems I am hungry. I had not noticed engrossed in our training as I was. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, it's lunchtime. It is about, once I do this episode, I'm probably gonna get a sandwich or eat my dinner. I can't blame her for her stomach growling. It's about a little after 5 here. I eat my dinner usually kind of early compared to most people. I'm not that hungry yet, but if Saber is, we should have lunch. And if during that time I heal more, that's even better. Hey, it's lunchtime anyway. I'll go buy some groceries so you can rest in the living room. Shiro, if you are going out, I will accompany you. I'll be fine. I'm just going to the shopping district nearby. No one would attack me in broad daylight. And you might just attract more attention if you did come with me. That was a fake cough, by the way, if you could tell. Are you sure it will not be dangerous? Bring her with you. There's no harm in bringing her with you. I'm sure. Just wait here. I'll be right back. Goes and dies. Runs into Shinji again, or runs into Elena. Runs into a new master. I grab my wallet and head out. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes to get to the shopping district by bike. The bicycle I take from the garage today is Unit 2. Unit 1 is still parked in front of Rito Temple. What are these names for your bikes? I wonder if the bike being at Rito Temple is going to be an important plot point at some point for it to point it out. A bike down the hill. I haven't gone to the shopping district midday on a weekday since I was a kid. There's something nice about going to the grocery store in the middle of a weekday. Like, it is definitely a lot less people there, or it's usually, or at least in America, in Georgia, it's usually a lot of stay-at-home moms. Or even, no, because you have a good bit of people that, after COVID, work from home, so you have a good mix of people. The intersection is packed with housewives returning from midday shopping, but it's more chill, like a lot less people. They're coming from the neighborhood shopping center Sakura and I frequent. I finished buying a bag of groceries. A single bag. This is the first time we've gone out and bought food, and yet we've somehow managed to, like, provide a feast for 2 meals every day since this story began like a week ago. Enough food to make lunch for 2 and a light snack. I don't buy anything for dinner since Tosaka's in charge of that tonight, but I do buy enough bread for 4 for tomorrow's breakfast, since that was in such high demand. That was a real big arguing point for them. I don't know how to make strawberry jam, so I reach for the cheapest. Well, no, that might get some complaints, so I go for an expensive jar instead. Dang, this is really eating into my wallet. Why the heck do I have to spend 1,000 yen on something so sugary? $10 for jam. I load the groceries onto my bike as I grumble. I'm not paying, I'll pay $3 for jam, not 10. Unless it's some farmer's market type stuff, and it's like been touched by the finger of God. But then, I feel someone tugging at me from behind. Huh? I turn around wondering who it is. Oh my gosh. I called it. Standing there is a silver-haired little girl. You're... I don't think she'll attack you in broad daylight, as you said. I doubt that. She may be mastered a berserker, but I doubt it. I stumbled backward, knocking over my bike. While I brace myself, the girl just looks up at me with a smile. What? I can't sense so much as a hint of animosity or murderous intent from her. To top it all off, the little girl says, I'm glad to see you alive, big brother. She looks so happy. The heck? She's definitely Berserker's master. She's the master of the monster who almost tore me in half with a single blow. He did impale you. Not the sort of person I expect to just run into the shopping district in the middle of the day. She's also, like, way too chill about this. You're not planning to fight here, are you? Why would you say something silly? We're not supposed to fight while it's still light out. The little girl pouts. I feel like she's actually, like, probably really nice. The only reason these people are fighting each other is just because of, you know, having to. She's certainly acting like the little girl she seems to be. ... I have no idea what she must be thinking. I can at least sense that she doesn't pose any threat, though. You're... Illyasvial von Einzbern. You can call me Ilya for short. What's your name? Me? I'm Shiro Mia. Shiro Mia. That's a tongue twister. Nobody's ever said it like that. If it's hard to remember, just call me Shiro. That's my first name. Shiro? That's easier. Shiro, huh? Yep. It has a nice ring to it. It's simple but also kind of haughty at the same time. Illyasvial looks at me suggestively. Why is a little kid sexualizing me? Gah! I find myself shifting my weight so I can be ready to run in an instant, purely by instinct. She's gonna touch me! She is Berserker's master. If she gets it in her head, she can probably just order him to crush me along with the florist next to me. I wonder if they... It would be so funny if, like, by day they develop a big brother, little sister relationship, and then by night they're just at each other's throats, literally killing each other. You don't have to be so tense, Shiro. I left Berserker at home today. You didn't bring Saber with you either, so we're even. Illyasvial looks up at me cheerfully. Well, I'm not sure even is the right word. Hey, let's talk. There's so much I wanted to talk to you about. Gah. The little girl tugs at my arm as if we were taking her father's hand. Wait. What's the big idea? Is this some weird new strategy you thought up? Well, what do you mean? I just want to talk. Kids make friends and talk with them all the time, right? That may be true, but that doesn't really apply to us. We're both masters and we've already fought each other before. We're actually enemies. I mean, you and Tosaka are enemies, but y'all still live with each other. You and Shinji are enemies, yet you literally went over and had, like, tea at his house. That's not true. I don't have any enemies. Okay, Asklad. The other masters are more like best to me, but if you're good, I might let you go. She smiles wide as she says this. Just stay back, okay? What's wrong with you? I jerk my arm to throw Illyasvial's hand off. Yeah. She's about to fall. She nearly falls flat on her back because of how hard I shook her off. Oh crap, Ilya! I don't know why I did that. The next thing I know, I mean, she is genuinely trying to be nice to you. I'm reaching for Illyasvial. Her name is too long. Ilya's waist. So we gotta interrupt the sentence and make it even longer of a sentence just to correct ourselves to say Ilya. And then we gotta have the guy that's recording this episode doing commentary to make the sentence even longer by interrupting that interruption instead of continuing to read the sentence. Ilya's waist, then try to catch her before she falls to the ground. I lower Ilya to the ground without saying a thing. Dot dot dot. Ilya is silent. I don't know what to say to myself, so I just stand there, looking down at Ilya. Oni-chan. Well, this is awkward. So awkward, in fact, that I'm about to just turn around and leave, but then... Let's go watch a movie. Why? Do you hate me or something? She asked with the same glow in her red eyes. Now this seems a little malicious. That she had when she spoke to me the other night, when she was with Berserker. Dot dot dot. A chill runs down my spine. I sensed no danger earlier, but she's just reminded me that she's still Berserker's master. You've been thinking about that this entire time. Why do you need to be reminded? If I cross her, I'm dead. I'd never be able to face Saber if I died in vain here, and everyone in the shopping district would get dragged into this as well. Yeah, that's a safe bet. Ilya is willing to use her powers anywhere. Fine, you just want to talk, right? I'll do what you want then, so will that be alright, Ilya? Ooh-woo? Oh, well, yep, then let's go to the park. I passed by it earlier and there's nobody there. Ilya skips off toward the park. La 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 la. Goes back to normal little girl shenanigans. After basically threatening to murder me with her eyes. Come on, hurry. If you don't, I'll leave you behind, Shiro. The little bounces and stuff, that's kind of cute. Ilya spins around as she runs through the shopping district. She really did go ahead without me. I'm more moved than I am confused. Apparently, once you promise Ilya something, she treats it as the absolute truth. Good trust. And that's why she just skipped off so happily. It's also why, even though she left me behind, I don't even consider taking the opportunity to run for it. I'd already promised her I was going to talk with her, and she clearly trusts that. Plus, we can find out some, just, more information, motives, that kind of a thing. What's with her? She sure is unstable. But then again, I haven't yet gotten to an age where I'm so cynical as to betray a little girl's trust. Ilya and I are the only two in the park a little ways from the shopping district. Kids are in school at this hour, or maybe the park's not as popular anymore. Our conversation begins in the tense, wintry air of the park. So, let's talk. What do you want to talk about? Do you want to know about Saber? About Saber? Why? We're masters. Don't you want to get information about the other servants? She just wants to hang out with her new Oni-chan. I don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. I'll get bored if we don't talk about something funnier. I don't really find anything in particular boring, but okay. What do you think is fun? Skipping, going down slides, killing people. I don't know. I haven't really talked to people much, so I don't know what to talk about. So you brought me out here not knowing what to talk about. Didn't anyone teach you to think before you act? They didn't, did they? Then from now on, you're gonna be a proper, thoughtful adult. She's a little kid. She is literally a child. Sorry, I hit my microphone. I think that got picked up. No thanks. I'll leave it all to you, Shiro. Isn't it a man's responsibility to escort a lady? So, I just have to follow you. Teehee. She smiles and leans against my shoulder. She doesn't seem like she's being touchy-feely. If anything, it's like a small animal huddling against someone thing to stay warm. I had a student do this to me like just yesterday. It was really cute. It was like, oh, this is a very endearing moment. Huh? Now that I'm paying more attention, she does look cold. Very different from the relationship I had with my little brother, who, granted, we didn't not get along or anything, Well, actually, no, he would annoy me sometimes when he was smaller. Once I hit, like, senior year of high school, I wasn't around the house as much, and our relationship mellowed out, but very different. Ilya, are you cold? Huh? Yeah, I am. I don't like the cold, even though I'm from Great Mother Russia. Or is she German? She's definitely Eastern European. She breathes out a puff of white mist. Though she says she doesn't like the cold, she seems enchanted by her misting breath. I see. It's a lot colder than usual today, I say while wearing a t-shirt. You'll just have to endure the cold for now. But where did you come from? Your name sounds kind of noble or something. I'm not kind of noble. I am a noble. I was born in an old castle owned by the Einzbern family. That's pretty cool. That's a fun character. It was always cold and snowing, so I'm used to it being cold like this. Used to it, just don't like it. Huh? You were born in a cold country? Shouldn't you be used to the cold then? She just said she was. She just doesn't like it. Exactly. Yes, but I just don't like it. I like it warm much better. Don't you like it warm too, Shiro? Yeah, obviously, I'd rather be warm than cold. I prefer to be a little bit on the chill side. Like, I'd rather be, like, slightly chill than to be lukewarm or warm. I know. That's why I like to stay inside and keep warm when it's cold out. But I like snow. It's white, and Father said it was like my hair. Your hair's kind of got a silvery thing going on with it. I wouldn't have thought white. ... I clapped my hands together in wonderment. Now that she's mentioned it, I realize something. I don't know what Ilya reminded me of, but if ever there was such a thing as a snow fairy, it probably looked like her. Aw. Your dad's pretty clever. Your hair is like snow, soft and white. Right? I'm proud of my hair. I got it from my mother, and it's the only girly thing about me. I don't know. Your attitude seems pretty girly. Alright, we're gonna continue our play date with her in the next episode. This is really cute and endearing. I wasn't expecting this. Yeah, really, really fun time this episode. Alright, see y'all later. Bye!